All right, I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. Everyone should be able to see my opening screen. We're going to spend the morning talking about what I think is one of the best products in Synergy worldwide. And in talking with Charity, who's over in Europe, it doesn't look like Synergy has this product currently available in the European market. Maybe after the presentation, I can go into Synergy's website and we can check to make sure. But over here in America, we have a product that Synergy introduced a little over a year ago called Metabolic LDL. It's a powerful product, and it can be a product that you could use to market, especially here in the United States, to the cholesterol concerns that people might have, as well as it's a fantastic anti-aging product that we're also going to address this morning. So as I go through today's presentation, if you have a particular question, feel free to unmute yourself, or we'll definitely address questions at the end of the presentation. If you want to write your question down, go ahead and do that. And again, we'll take questions at the end, or if there's a pressing question, again, unmute yourself and ask me. Now, like I try to do with ProOxygen Plus, I really believe that if you have unique selling properties that you have memorized, you can then position the product in a way that people will be able to understand and see the difference of your product. And so this is what I want you to understand with regards to metabolic LDL. The unique selling properties of this product is, first off, it's a clinically proven product. There's a lot of things that are in the marketplace to address naturally cholesterol issues, but they're not clinically proven. This is a clinically proven product that addresses both cholesterol and anti-aging issues. Specifically, it helps to prevent the oxidation of LDL cholesterol. Now, I was at an event at my local park district on Tuesday of this week, where they did a 2-hour presentation of helping people to understand how to address cholesterol concerns. And it was really interesting because they talked about LDL cholesterol as the culprit. LDL cholesterol is not the problem, it's oxidized LDL cholesterol. And it was really a frustrating time to be there because the information that was shared with people was overwhelming, and at the same time didn't help them to truly address. It was talk to your doctor about statins, and I'm going to come to this a little bit later in our presentation. I specifically asked at the end of the presentation, if you're going to have a person go on statins, would you also recommend that they go on a CoQ10 formula? And the answer that I got back was, well, you need to talk to your doctor. So it's like, I want to bring information to you today to help you understand that this product, Metabolic LDL, specifically addresses the oxidation of LDL cholesterol. It prevents the oxidation of LDL cholesterol. The other thing that it is it's a, well, let me back up on this. The reason why this oxidized LDL is so important is because it typically causes vascular inflammation that then can lead to plaque formation. So plaque that everyone's concerned about, the medical profession is concerned about, usually starts from inflammation, and that inflammation usually starts from the oxidation of LDL cholesterol. Now, the other thing about the metabolic LDL, that it's a powerful antioxidant blend that fights free radical damage that, again, typically causes cellular inflammation. And as you're going to see in today's presentation, free radical damage, for many, believe that that's the underlying aspect of aging, that if you can reduce free radical damage, you can slow down the aging process, as well as slow down the potential for diseases to take hold. And then the product is also well tolerated with no known side effects, and it has it's a patent pending formula, meaning that Synergy Worldwide, through their clinically proven study, was able to then apply for a patent here in the United States to protect the formulation from being copied by other competitors. So it gives us, as Synergy distributors, the ability to market a product that has unique selling properties, can powerfully address a natural way to be a product that can naturally address cholesterol issues, address the anti-aging market, and know that our work and our efforts to be able to move this product and help people with this product can be protected because other companies can't copy the design of this product because it's patent pending. Now, given the unique selling properties of metabolic LDL, you have two primary markets for this product. You have cholesterol concerns and anti-aging. And so today I want to help you understand the size of each of these marketplaces, and then specifically how metabolic LDL will address both cholesterol concerns and anti-aging. Now, this is from JAMA. JAMA is a highly respected publication here in the United States for the medical profession. You can see that this was published in January of 2017, so it's only 2 years old. It's hard to get current trends, but as you can see, the trends for statin use in the US population from 2002 to 2013, the study that they did showed that for adults 40 years and older, in 2002, 2003, 17.9% of that population used the statin drug. 10 years later, 27.8%, almost a 10% increase in use of statin drugs for people who are 40 years and older. Now, as I shared before we started recording this presentation, the United States medical profession has changed the dynamics of how they assess risks for strokes and heart attacks. And so in that assessment, that if you have any potential risks over the next 10-year period, they now want to recommend a statin drug. So statin drugs in the United States no longer is just about your cholesterol level. Statin drugs in the United States is both about your cholesterol levels, which they continue to lower, meaning that what were guidelines 10 years ago are different today, meaning that the level of your total cholesterol, if it's above a certain point, they've lowered that to, again, increase the amount of statin drugs used in the United States, as well as now it's your risk factor for cardiovascular disease, and you need to be on a statin drug. So I don't know what the percentage is currently in 2019, but it's most likely higher than 27.8% of the population, the adult population 40 years and older. So the use of statin drugs continues to increase here in the United States. Now, from the Pritikin Longevity Center, I'll just read this quote. Statins have been clearly shown to reduce blood cholesterol and prevent atherosclerosis or heart disease. They work by reducing the liver's production of cholesterol. They block an enzyme called HMG-CoA reductase that the liver uses to make cholesterol. Now that sounds great until you examine the potential side effects that come from statin drugs. One of the best people in the United States that what I feel puts out very useful information, and it's Dr. Marcola. In fact, I live here in western suburbs of Chicago, a place called West Chicago. Dr. Marcola's company is located in a place called Carroll Stream that is maybe 10, 15 minutes away from me. And he does a very good job in putting information out into the general public that is well researched and documented. And he had this article that I pulled up for you called 5 Great Reasons Why You Should Not Take Statins. Now, as I go through this, I've actually got more than 5 reasons that came out of this article. The first one that you see is statins reduce coenzyme Q10, which is needed for energy production of every cell, especially the heart. There is a direct link to an increase in congestive heart failure with the increased use of statins. Now, as I shared earlier, I was at a presentation this Tuesday at my local park district where it was a 2-hour presentation on diet and how it can affect your cholesterol. And one of the things that was, again, repeatedly presented during that study was the use of statins to help people with cholesterol concerns, that if they couldn't manage it through their diet, then they need to talk to their doctors about getting a statin. And one of the things that I asked at the end of the presentation, because she didn't want to take questions during the presentation, she wanted the questions at the end of the presentation, is that I asked her, since you're recommending people to go on a statin, would you also recommend them to use a coenzyme Q10 product? And she wouldn't give me, the answer she gave me was, go talk to your doctor. And what Dr. Marcola is talking about here is a really important thing to understand, because statins interfere with the liver's ability to produce cholesterol. And the way that does it is it disrupts that metabolic pathway. Well, that metabolic pathway is also used by the liver to create coenzyme Q10. So the point where the statin interferes in that metabolic pathway not only affects the ability to produce cholesterol by the liver, but also interferes with the liver's ability to create coenzyme Q10. Coenzyme Q10 is absolutely necessary for heart function. And if you look at the rise of statins, statin uses within the United States, you'll see a direct rise of congestive heart failure, even to the point where now the drug industry realizes the problem. And you will typically see that if they recommend a statin drug, they also recommend that you get on a CoQ10. And even some statin drugs today have a CoQ10 component to it. The second thing is statins reduce vitamin K2. Now, if you are a proponent of nitric oxide therapy and our product of choice for that is ProArginine Plus, you know that we use vitamin K2 because it helps to regulate calcium levels in the bloodstream, because the production of nitric oxide by the endothelium, the enzymes of the endothelium, is a calcium-dependent reaction. So you need vitamin K2 with vitamin D3 to properly regulate that. Statins reduce vitamin K2, which again, your body uses to regulate calcium levels in your vascular system. And as vitamin K2 decreases, the potential for vascular calcification increases. That's how critical vitamin K2 is to vascular health. Number 3, statins reduce ketone production, which can then accelerate the aging process. Number 4, increases risk for cancer. For women, breast cancer. For men, prostate cancer. Those are the two leading cancers for each population group. So for women, the leading cancer is breast cancer. For men, the leading cancer is prostate cancer. So it increases the risk for these two types of cancers. Number 5, it increased risk for diabetes. That's important to look at, because when I show you the study that was done on metabolic LDL, or what became metabolic LDL, there's a huge component of how this product, metabolic LDL, can help diabetics address multiple issues. And then number 6, muscular issues like pain and muscle wasting. This typically is the major reason why a lot of people can't tolerate statin drugs. They end up with muscle pain, muscle wasting, which is a big problem for a lot of people. Number 7 is an increased risk for cataracts. Sorry about that. So an increased risk for cataracts. The other thing that Dr. Marcola talked about is neurodegenerative diseases. Cholesterol is also essential for your brain, which contains about 25% of the cholesterol in your body. So your brain is made up of a lot of cholesterol. It is critical for synapse formation, the connections between your neurons, which allows you to think, learn new things, and form memories. So perhaps it's not surprising that memory loss is widely reported in association with statin use. Further, remember that statins reduce ketone production. Ketone bodies are used as fuel by your brain, and they have also demonstrated the capacity to protect against neural diseases, seizures, and age-related brain diseases such as Alzheimer's, Huntington's, and Parkinson's. Researchers from Penn State College of Medicine even found statins were associated with an increased Parkinson's risk. Again, and he's got a citation for that. So when you're messing with people's cholesterol levels, you're messing with a lot of important functions that cholesterol has for the body. Every membrane in your body, every cell membrane is made up of cholesterol. So cholesterol is the glue that holds you together. And if you reduce it to such low levels, you affect cellular membrane integrity. Now, is there a natural alternative to addressing cholesterol? And this is where the fruit, citrus, I'm not sure if I'm going to say this correctly, Bergamot riso, this fruit is a key fruit in addressing cholesterol because it contains an ingredient that blocks an enzyme the liver needs to produce LDL cholesterol, low-density lipoprotein. And it does it without interfering with CoQ10 production, and it does it without side effects. And that became the basis for the nutritional scientists at Synergy, Nature Sunshine, and the Hughes Center for Research and Innovation to begin to formulate a product that they felt would help to address cholesterol concerns. It was called F105. Now, they had multiple formulations that they used. And in their, before they did their clinical study, they looked at these multiple formulations of the ingredient, the phytochemical ingredient from the citrus bergamia, which is the fruit that I just showed you, and how it could moderate cardiovascular risk factors, but they combined it with other antioxidants from other fruit and vegetable sourcing in different combinations and percentages. And what they saw from their pre-studies was this F105 had the greatest effect. And so they took the F105 and put it into a clinical study. That clinical study and the ingredient formulation of F105 is the basis of metabolic LDL. It's what became metabolic LDL. This study was published in the Canadian Journal of Physiology and Pharmacology. So there's a clinical study to F105, which is metabolic LDL. Now, I also wanted to pull up other people that are well respected in the medical profession and help you understand how Bergamont extract may lower cholesterol. This is the essential ingredient that is in metabolic LDL for addressing these cholesterol concerns. This is from the Cleveland Clinic. The extract from the Italian citrus fruit bergamot successfully reduced cholesterol levels in recent studies, the Wall Street Journal recently reported. The supplement allowed study participants to cut back on statin dosages as well. Commonly used as a flavoring in Earl Grey tea, the extract of the bitter citrus fruit bergamot was shown to reduce cholesterol levels in 4 recent human studies. Bergamot also was cited with raising good cholesterol, removing fatty deposits in the liver, and lowering blood sugar levels. That's important for diabetics. In one of the studies, published in 2013 in the International Journal of Cardiology, 77 patients took 1,000 milligrams daily of bergamot extract over 1 month. The participants' cholesterol dropped from an average of 278 milligrams per deciliter of blood to 191. That's a significant reduction. The study researchers also reported that adding bergamot allowed them to cut by half participants' dosage of the cholesterol drug rosuvastatin, I'm not sure if or statin, without reducing its effectiveness. So as I shared in a presentation on nitric oxide therapy about a month and a half ago, what they've seen is that nitric oxide helps medications for the heart medications work more effectively. What the study researchers found here is that bergamot extract helps cholesterol drugs work more effectively without reducing their ability to do what they're doing. So from a marketing standpoint, you have a product that can help people in a couple different ways. You can help them naturally address cholesterol concerns, that if they're looking for a natural alternative, here's a great product to consider. That if they're on a statin drug, then there's an ingredient in metabolic LDL that could most likely help their statin drug more effectively, so they could work in conjunction with their physician to maybe lower the amount of the statin that they're using so they can maintain the same results, but with less medication, less interference in the liver's ability to create coenzyme Q10, less potential side effects from that medication. I also pulled this up from the American College of Cardiology, and you can see that the date is June of 2018, so not quite a year ago. The title of this is Role of Nutraceuticals in Statin Intolerant Patients. What they looked at in this study is there's a lot of people that cannot tolerate statins because of the types of symptoms that come from it, especially muscle wasting and muscle pain. So they looked at nutraceuticals. What are nutraceuticals? They're natural ingredients that can have a positive effect like drugs, but they're natural ingredients. And you can see that they listed a bunch of product choices: artichokes, berberine. We've got a product actually in Synergy Worldwide that has berberine, bergamot, fibers, garlic. You can go down through this list of different things that people can use naturally, and you can see that for bergamot, it had the highest ability to lower LDL cholesterol. And so, again, independent research from the medical community showing how powerful bergamot can be in helping to address naturally cholesterol issues. And then finally, I've got this one here, International Journal of Cardiologists, Bergamont polyphenolic phenolinic fraction enhances, again, this is the type of statin that was used. So you've got different areas where you can pull documentation showing how the bergamot extract can be effective in helping people to address cholesterol concerns. Now, how is the study done by Dr. Tripp and the Hughes Center for Research and Innovation different from these other studies? Well, the other studies looked at just bergamot fruit extract. So the difference in Dr. Tripp and the Hughes Center and their research was they combined the bergamot fruit extract with 9 fruit and plant extracts that have high antioxidant properties. And as I shared earlier, they're looking to find the exact combination to create what they call a synergistic effect that both address cholesterol concerns as well as metabolic support to protect against free radical damage in the body. So when they talk about synergistic effects, what they mean is if I use bergamot fruit extract by itself, it has a certain percentage of ability to have a derived positive benefit. And if I use a certain antioxidant by itself, it has a certain derived ability to reduce free radical damage. But when you combine them together, the ability of the bergamot fruit extract becomes even greater in addressing cholesterol concerns, and the antioxidants have an even greater impact in reducing free radical damages. So by itself, they all have benefit, but when properly combined, the benefit is even greater when they're combined. That's the synergistic effect that they're talking about. So when you look at the supplement facts for metabolic LDL, you can see that 2 capsules, and they recommend that you take 2 capsules with dinner, gives you 500 milligrams of the bergamot fruit extract, as well as you're getting 200 milligrams of the proprietary blend that they have that includes apple fruit and turmeric and green tea, grape seed extract, mangosteen, grape skin extract, olive leaf extract, blueberry fruit, and capsicum fruit. So it's a great list of both plant and fruit extracts that have huge ORAC scores to them. Let me go to the next one. So it'll most likely be another slide after this before I come back to ORAC. So here are the benefits. And these, and when I list benefits, I'm taking benefits that come from Synergy Worldwide, because again, we want to make sure that as a clinically proven product, we don't tell people, oh yeah, this is going to take care of your cholesterol. Yeah, we want to be careful what we say to people. So yes, this is a clinically proven product that helps modulate the oxidation of LDL cholesterol. Why is that important? Because oxidized LDL causes vascular inflammation that leads to plaque formation. So anything that you can do to lessen that potential helps to protect your vascular system. It supports healthy cholesterol levels, features a powerful and proprietary antioxidant blend. So that brings us to the next market, which is the anti-aging market. Just here in the United States, looking at 2015 to what's projected for 2021, so we are 4 years past 2015, and we're 3 years from 2021. And as you can see, in 2015, the anti-aging market just in the United States was a $140 billion market. That's billion with a B, as in billion, not million. So a $140 billion market that is expected to grow to a $216 billion market in anti-aging. So what is this thing called the free radical theory on aging? Well, the free radicals are basically molecules, not basically, they are molecules that are missing an electron in their outer orbit. That makes them extremely unstable. And so they have to stabilize themselves. And the only way that they can stabilize themselves is to steal an electron. Typically, it's stolen from some other molecule, which then makes that molecule unstable, which then needs to steal a molecule, or an atom, I should say, which then stabilizes that molecule but makes the one that they steal it from unstable. And you get this cascading effect until finally the last molecule that's unstable steals the electron from a cell membrane, causing inflammation to the cell membrane or damage, stabilizes the molecule but damages the cell membrane. Well, what does an antioxidant do? An antioxidant donates an electron, which then stabilizes the free radical. And the beauty about this whole process, the way that these antioxidants are designed, is that even when they give away one of their outer electrons, instead of becoming a free radical, they still stay stable. So antioxidants are hugely important for addressing free radical damage because antioxidants give away their outer electron, stabilizing the free radical, and the antioxidant stays stable in the process. Now, if left unchecked, as I shared already, these free radicals cause damage to cellular membranes, which then leads to inflammation. Inflammation is typically the start of most diseases. So ingredients that have what are called high ORAC values can significantly reduce the potential for inflammation. All ORAC is a scoring system to help determine ingredients and their ability to act as antioxidants. The higher the ORAC value, the greater their ability to act as an antioxidant to give away their outer electron and still remain stable. When you look at the 9 fruits and vegetable extracts, all of them have extremely high ORAC values, but when combined together, their ORAC potential synergistically increases, and they become a very powerful product for antioxidant protection. This also helps to significantly address inflammation caused by free radical damage. And Dr. Tripp is retired from the Hughes Center for Research and Innovation, but I remember seeing him at his last public presentation for Synergy, where he was talking about metabolic LDL, and I specifically asked him in that presentation if metabolic LDL, because he was making the presentation of how powerful this product is in relationship to cholesterol concerns, but I asked him publicly if this product would also be a powerful antioxidant product to address the anti-aging market, and he thought about it for a little bit, and then his answer was yes. Yeah, this product is a powerful product to provide huge antioxidant value to address free radical damage. Now, the clinically proven study that was done had 11 subjects, age range 38 to 65. A lot of parameters were looked at, and there's 2 important aspects to this study. So at the end of 12 weeks, all the study participants were again analyzed. you can see that there was a 7.3% reduction in total cholesterol. There was a 10% reduction in the LDL cholesterol, which is the component that most physicians want you to be as low as possible. There was a 7.1 reduction in non-LDL cholesterol, and there was a reduction in some other values with regards to cholesterol. Now, the other component to this is that of those 11 subjects, 8 of them had A1C values that were above 5.4. So they were diabetics. And so for them, you can see that the results were even more significant than the population group that didn't have some blood sugar issues. So for the population group, diabetics who have blood sugar issues most likely also have other typical issues. And so you can see that in the clinically proven study done on what was F105 that became metabolic LDL, there was a 20% reduction in triglycerides. That's huge. A 19% reduction in oxidized LDL. Extremely important in preventing vascular inflammation. A 25% reduction in the LDL HDL. A 27% reduction in triglycerides versus HDL. A 25% reduction in oxidized LDL versus HDL. HDL is the good cholesterol that you want. And then a 31% reduction in PAI-1. I don't know what PAI-1 is. I didn't take time to investigate that because I'm only focused on oxidized LDL. So you can see that metabolic LDL is actually more effective for people who are diabetics than people who are not diabetic. So as I begin to open our conversation today for any questions that you might have, this metabolic LDL becomes a fantastic product for people who are concerned about their cholesterol levels, especially if they're also diabetic. And again, why for diabetics? Because diabetics typically, because diabetes typically lowers good cholesterol, which is the HDL, while raising both triglycerides and bad cholesterol, LDL, which then increases the risk for cardiovascular health issues like heart disease and strokes. And the product that Synergy also has that has berberine, I think it is the Biome Balance. And again, it's a product that I just recently started using in Synergy Worldwide. I wanted to see what it was like. But I'm a firm believer in metabolic LDL. Every evening, what I do is I take a shot glass of Mystica, which is a very powerful antioxidant drink that Synergy Worldwide has created. In fact, it's clinically proven to reduce free radical damage by up to 40%. And after dinner, I take a shot glass of Mystica with 2 capsules of metabolic LDL. I use that daily as part of my anti-aging program and also to increase my ability to prevent oxidized LDL and protect my vascular system from inflammation. So that's the program that I do every evening to give me the positive benefits of what metabolic LDL can do from both cholesterol and anti-aging. And as I shared, combine it with Mystica, which is another powerful anti-aging product in Synergy Worldwide. So do I have any questions from anyone? And while I'm looking, while you open up, you'll have to unmute yourself if you have questions for me. I'm going to close off this presentation and let's go into the internet and let's see if this product is available over in the European marketplace. Do I have any questions from anyone on today's presentation? Again, you'll have to unmute yourself. So Charity, go ahead.
Hi, Dan, it's Donald.
Yes, Donald.
As I shared with you a little while ago, I shared this product with my sister, who was put on a statin. And her results or testimony to me is that she has never felt better in using this product. And she doesn't take statin drugs anymore. If I may say, I do the reverse to you. I use my Mystica in the morning with my LDL, my metabolic LDL.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than at night, I use mine in the morning.
Okay. And does that work good for you, Donald?
It certainly does.
So the key that you want to do with any client that you work with is find what's going to work best for them from a compliance standpoint. So for Donald, the compliance works best for him to do this in the morning. For me, my compliance works best when I do it in the evening. That's where, I already throw a shot glass of Mystica into my morning shake, and I use the Biome DTX in my morning shake. So I've got a lot of things going on in my morning shake. For me, my best time is in the evening. For Donald, his best time is in the morning. Just find the best time for yourself and do it. And then you'll derive benefits from that. Thanks, Donald. Appreciate you sharing that.
Great presentation.
Thank you. Charity, we talked prior to actually recording today's presentation. It doesn't look like metabolic LDL is available over in Europe, and you talked about, possibly it has the same benefits that Body Prime does. So I just want to pull up Body Prime. And again, Body Prime is specifically developed for digestive health. And its ingredients are magnesium and then apple prune blend. Those are the two basic ingredients in your Body Prime. And again, it's all about digestive health. So it's not going to work the same way as what metabolic LDL works.
Okay. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Let me pull up a different country. It's not in Great Britain. It's not in the UK. So let's see. It wouldn't most likely be in Ireland. Let's see if it's in Italy.
Okay.
And part of this is because Synergy Worldwide operates as a business within these countries. There's certain things that the countries require before they can bring a product into market. So there may be some issues with your government which doesn't allow Synergy to actually bring metabolic LDL into the marketplace because they're held, because they're operating as businesses within those countries, as opposed to selling a product within your country. They have some different standards that they have to go through to be able to operate.
All right.
Okay, so Betsy put in a question. I don't know what my cholesterol levels are. So would this be used as a preventative for anti-aging and to maintain healthy cholesterol levels? And the answer that I would give you, Betsy, would be yes. If you don't know what your cholesterol levels are, you should most likely go get a simple blood test to find out. And then the other thing from a prevention standpoint is, yes, I take Mystica, and I've derived a benefit from Mystica. I remember when Mystica first came on the marketplace, my daughter was still in college. I think it was her junior year in college. It was in October because that's her birthday month, and we were traveling to the college that she was at to celebrate her birthday, and I had to stop at a drugstore on the way because my allergies were so bad. My nose was running like a sieve that I had to get some over-the-counter medication to help me with my allergy symptoms. When we got back, Mystica was on my front porch. And so when I got Mystica, I started to be aggressive with Mystica. I was taking 2 shot glasses on a daily basis of Mystica, and within 7 days, my allergies cleared up. And I do not have problems with allergies anymore. Now, I don't know how long Mystica's been in the Synergy family of products. So my daughter is most likely 10 years now for Mystica being in the marketplace. Could be a little bit longer, I'm not sure. But I've not had like I said, ever since I started using Mystica, and I started using it when it first came to the marketplace, I've not had problems with allergies. And if I feel anything coming on, I just up my Mystica. I take an extra shot. I typically take 2 shots a day, one in the morning with my biome shake that I do, and I take one in the evening, shot glass, with 2 of the metabolic LDL. And I believe it's a very powerful antioxidant program. And I'm a firm believer that if you boost your antioxidants, you'll protect yourself from not only free radical damages, but you'll also improve your immune system. And my personal feeling is that allergies are a reflection of a depressed immune system, because your immune system is not strong enough to be able to handle the allergens that come in. And so if you boost your immune system, you can then typically be able to address allergies more effectively. Again, that's just what my personal philosophy and thinking on that. Thank you, John, for your information, for what you shared. John shared an excellent presentation. I didn't say that because I wanted you to know that, but anyways, this is definitely a product that undoubtedly will be growing in demand as cholesterol concerns multiply among the global population. And currently, unfortunately, it's not in other areas. Let's see if it's in any of the Asian markets. You can see that it's, again, different. Nope, not in Indonesia. So it looks like currently just the North American marketplace, which would be Canada and the United States, have access to the metabolic LDL. Anyone else with any questions before we say goodbye?
Charity here.
Yes.
Just one comment. I think we could probably, from the UK, get the metabolic LDL supplement, because we don't have Flex in the UK, but I was able to order it when I phoned Synergy Worldwide in Europe, and they were able to get it from me from Spain or somewhere. So I think, yeah, if we want it, we can probably still get it, but by phoning Synergy Worldwide directly.
Okay, you can try that, and if you try that, Charity, and it does work out, just let me know, and then I'll put that into the blog, the newsletter that I put out on Tuesdays, to let people know that there's a workaround for getting metabolic LDL.
Yeah. How much is it, by the way? Just an idea.
Here in the United States, let's check. I think it's 39, but I just want to make sure.
Okay.
It's either 39 or 45. I can't remember. And we'll find out. Metabolic LDL is right there. So it's $39.
$39. Okay, lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's got a great price point, and again, it's a very powerful product.
Yeah.
Anyone else with any questions before we say goodbye? Well, I want to thank you for your time today. If you're here in the United States, it's Memorial Day weekend, the official start of summer. And just remember on Monday to thank a veteran for all the service that they've given to us as Americans to be able to live in our free country. And again, I just wish everyone a very blessed Memorial Day weekend with family and friends as you celebrate the freedoms that we have. Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed weekend.